lost 3 of my friends to suicide over like a 3-month period. I was very much pushing mental health but not really talking about my own stuff. I was getting quite frustrated by people pushing sport and mental health for clout.
Our guest today is an endurance athlete cycling across Australia over 14,000 kilometers, running 21 half marathons in 21 days, running 34 full marathons in 34 days, inspiring thousands of people in the process, all to raise awareness for mental health.
I like to think of myself as a tough man as well, but behind closed doors, I still struggle. I still have depression, I still have good and bad days. I've got friends who didn't make it out of their 20s. I'm here in my 30s. I know that tomorrow might not be there, so
Hello everyone and welcome back to the show. Our guest today is an endurance athlete. He's done several multi-day endurance events, cycling across Australia over 14,000 kilometers, running 21 half marathons in 21 days, running 34 full marathons in 34 days, inspiring thousands of people in the process, all to raise awareness for mental health. And he does all of this while doing a full-time job. Keen to learn more from you and get more insights from you. Welcome to the show, Jermaine Jones.
Thank you for having me on. Yeah,
it's a pleasure and honor to sit down with you and share the message that you share with your journey and running. I want to start with, what was the turning point in your life that shaped you to be the person that you are today?
There's a couple of turning points. There's a couple of points in my life where I've pivoted.
Yeah.
I guess the most recent turning point was end of 2019, start of 2020. I lost 3 of my friends to suicide over like a 3-month period. At the time, my ambition was to, I was DJing, I was running events. I DJ'd in the UK, I was DJing in Sydney, I was running parties and stuff like that in Sydney. I just got joy out of just running parties and seeing people being happy and stuff.
Yeah.
And a mentor and a guy that I looked up to, Paul Strange, he was a veteran in Sydney. He'd been running parties for 20 years here in Sydney, and he actually took his own life. And I seen what he had went through, and I could see that my life was kind of going in that direction of like having people around me who weren't really my friends. They were kind of around me because of the fame and free tickets and that time and financial wins. And I seen what was happening with him, and behind closed doors, he was struggling with finance and relationships and stuff like that. And that was a big turning point for me, where I walked away from the kind of music industry and took on this path with the endurance and trying to inspire people and really remove the stigma around mental health as well. So that was a most recent turning point. But I've had many ups and downs throughout life where I've had to kind of navigate and turn and change my life and learn throughout the years. But that was probably the most recent one.
And all 3 of these were in Sydney or back in the UK?
No, so one was in Sydney, and the rest were back in the UK. Friends that I had relationships with for a long period of time, people I looked up to in the music and entertainment industry, and sadly they all lost their battles to mental health, which I've suffered that from a young teen, and that was the big turning point where I was like, look, I'm going to start speaking about my own battles and see if I can try and make a small difference.
Before this happened, did you not foresee, but was there any cues they had that they shared, or how were these people on the outside?
Yeah, I definitely say with Paul, there's a couple of cues where I was doing the same thing. So Paul had this thing every year where he would be kind of really pushing, are you okay? And he was very deep into like trying to help with mental health, but not really talking about his own mental health as well. And I noticed that cue with me. I was very much pushing mental health, but not really talking about my own stuff.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, I'm putting on this happy face of everything's okay. I do care about mental health, but yeah, but behind closed doors, really struggling, and I think that's what he was doing as well. So I could see that kind of connection there, where he wasn't really talking about his own feelings. I tried a couple of times. I've even got this message screenshot saved on my phone where I could see a few things what were going on in the lead up to about 2 weeks out. There was a few things he was posting online where he was talking about when he was young and old times and stuff like that. And I reached out to him and I could see these things, and then got no reply, sadly. And yeah, and then obviously found out the news. They took his stuff. So yeah.
Do you think? Why do you think it's hard for people to open up to their own issues? It's so easy to give help, and we want to help other people,
Yeah.
and we love doing that.
Yeah.
We feel it, but it's asking for help is so hard.
Yeah. I think look, I'm not perfect. I feel I still do it now. You know, I'm actively trying to remove the stigma around mental health and working with Black Dog, a great charity, and trying to influence young men coming up, because the world is it's a very dangerous world in a minute. So just trying to like do the best I can to be positive, but behind closed doors, you know, I still struggle. Like I still have depression. I still have good and bad days. It's a roller coaster. I'm trying to do my best to fix my own life as well. Speaking about it helps me. It helps me come to terms with my own battles and my weaknesses in my life. I don't even know if it is a weakness, to be honest. It's just I'm at peace with like knowing that I have to take each day as it comes. Yeah.
It's difficult. I've had my own battles as well, as we all do in our own capacity, in our own ways. It's just something that is so prevalent in today's society, but it's overlooked. Sort of, it's in the shadows. Like doesn't receive that level of spotlight, and hence why people, I feel like, don't feel like there is an outlet for these things, which is really sad to see. And then it affects the world in so many ways, and so many levels as well, emotionally, from productivity standpoint, so on and so forth. And I think the work that you're doing, which we'll talk more about, obviously, is a step forward in that direction.
Yeah, I think my hope is that I say men, but like male and female, that can sit down within their circles of friends or in with their work colleagues and actually talk about, look, you know, I'm struggling this, that. Because the turning point for me, I had to lose people to then start openly talking about it. Like I'll speak about it at work. I'll speak about when you know, out for dinner with people and stuff like that. Not push it, but I'll bring it up in conversation and stuff like that, and check in. Actually, generally check in on people and how they are. But that took losing 3 friends for me to then end up doing that. The years prior to that, you know, I'm talking since I was a kid, I've always struggled. I've had like, you know, I've thought about taking my own life. I've lost friends through car accidents, cancer, whatever it may be. Things that have like knocked me for 6 throughout the years. But only when I've got to, you know, 2019, 2020, during the peak of COVID, where I have time to think about, you know, everything, and going through depression at the time as well. I've been like, right, I need to start talking about this and actually, you know, trying to fix myself as well.
Did you feel like before this turning point that happened in 2019, 2020, you mentioned you had your own journey through depression and still going through it in some way or the other. How was it back then? And do you feel like you feel more comfortable, not just from your own standpoint, but is society more conducive to accepting and receiving and open to having these conversations? Are there bubbles where people can have these conversations
Um,
compared to how it was like back in the day and how you were?
It's hard to know. Like, I think definitely it's better now. I think COVID changed people's perspective of life. I think a lot of people were humbled and realized that, overnight you can have everything taken away from you. It gave people time to reflect of like what is the real meaning of life, or what they actually value. People were probably, doing 50, 60 hour week jobs.
Yeah,
They had the time with COVID, and then they might have thought to themselves, oh look, I want more time with my family. I can move out to more of a rural area and
yeah,
like, live off the land rather than being in the city and stuff.
yeah,
But for me, it might have also been the chapter, when I was in the UK, I was in my 20s. So I had lots of distractions, I'm going on
young as well,
holidays. Yeah, you're young,
impressionable. Yeah,
I was focused more on like the gym and like being a bit of a gym bro, and I was traveling and partying and all that type of stuff. So I had lots of distractions and stuff like that as well. And I guess the friendships back then are a bit more. They're not stronger friendships. They're kind of just like back and forth,
shallow. Yeah,
shallow
yeah,
friendships. And I guess I've just matured over time. I've traveled a lot more. I've been to Asia, and I've seen people who are a lot worse off than me, and that's kind of
happier.
humbled. Yeah,
Yeah,
so things like that have shaped me, and then obviously then with COVID happening as well, it's kind of like multiple things that have shaped me to where I am now. And yeah, I do think there's definitely global
change.
change
Yeah,
around mental health, but those things as well have helped me.
that's. I also feel like there's definitely a shift that is coming about for the better, but
Yeah,
that's also um, parallel to the issues that are rising as well
yeah,
within mental health because of technology and all the other stuff. So it's going hand in hand, and it definitely needs way more attention and work than it receives.
yeah. I mean, look, definitely on the technology point, I've my account that I've got, it's grown recently, but I've only had the account um, just over a year.
Yeah,
But I've been doing mental health, like working with mental health for
for years.
for a while. The only reason I started this account was really because I was watching a lot of stuff online, and I was getting quite frustrated by people pushing sport and mental health for clout.
Hmm.
Um, More just to get the views and extort people for money,
Yeah,
selling courses where they're not really like that. So I seen that, and I was getting heavily frustrated. I've been doing a lot of these events for a long period of time, but not actually filming or documenting them.
hmm.
And I was like, look, I'm just gonna give this a go. I'll film, document. I'll talk about my journey as well, and hopefully try and raise some money for some great charities, and try and be as true to myself as possible. Be like real. Like I'm not trying to do this for clout. You know, Regardless of social media, I would still go out and do like
Yeah,
multi-day runs and
yeah.
cycles, like because I do generally love it.
Hmm.
And the work that I do as well, like I'm happy to do that offline. It's just, being online, obviously I can raise more money. There's
Yeah,
more exposure for the charity
more
and stuff as
awareness.
well,
Yeah.
more awareness, and yeah, and just seeing the response of like people messaging me and stuff is just, it's just insane. Like,
Yeah, there's definitely two sides to technology as well, right?
yeah, yeah,
It's a tool. Comes down to how you use it. The same tool that helps people is the same tool that kind of puts them in the problem as well. So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's a funny one. It's something that people really need to learn to be able
yeah,
to manage, especially younger children and young adults as well.
yeah,
It's a dangerous tool that can
yeah,
make or break you.
yeah.
Both ways.
Well, that's what I was saying with you off camera. I'm like, on this path now where going to be a father this year,
Yeah,
which is amazing. So like, for years I've kind of been doing like the big brother, where I'm trying to help young men and learn lessons through life myself for this future family. And then hopefully like this year it actually gets to happen where I can kind of like teach
yeah.
my own blood the lessons that I've learned, and kind of how to navigate life. Because right now as well, I'm listening to a podcast, and watching these things on Instagram, like there's a lot. It's a tough world for men, and there does seem to be like a bit of a male-female divide happening as well, which I don't like to see.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about this whole manosphere thing, but there seems to be this like, this bad path for men, and I'm trying to like be true to myself and be like, look, this is how you should be in life.
Yeah.
This is my perspective of how you should be in life. Traditions of my family. And it's okay to speak about your emotions as well. I like to think of myself as a tough man as well, but I'm a tough man that can speak about his emotions.
Yeah, you can be both. You can be both.
Yeah. I feel like in this day and age, you can be both.
Yeah, and we need to show that to our people around us, to our children, to our friends, to our peers. So being a father, that's big.
Yeah. Something I've always dreamed for. Like,
you always wanted to, like, that was.
Yeah, and I would say like for a good 10 years, I have been like actively working towards that, where it's like my career path changing, investing financially, traveling and learning about different cultures, trying to better myself like with education and stuff like that. Connecting with like-minded people, like inspiring people, creating my circle, like it's all on that path to like
preparation.
In preparation.
Like consciously or consciously?
Yeah, okay. Like I know that I've actively been doing it and so like
subconsciously.
Yeah, kind of ways. But like working towards this path. It's probably one of the main reasons I left the UK. I wanted something better for myself and my family. So it's like, moving on, moving from the UK and living in Australia, like it's all actively been working towards it. Timing's not been, I didn't plan. Well, we did plan this year, but like would have loved to have happened earlier. But no, I'm just feeling like blessed to just have a little boy on the way. It's unbelievable.
It's a different phase of life that you're preparing for.
Yeah.
Nice. Why endurance running or endurance sports in general?
I'm not done any counselling, so that is something that I need to do. But for me, the endurance is definitely like the multi-day thing, the multi-day events is like my version of counselling. Now, I don't know if that's healthy, probably not. But for me, running or cycling for multiple days, across those days, I learn 10, 20 years of life through that. I have ups and downs, I've rekindled relationships with old friends. Years ago, me and my brother's 14 years older than me, we weren't speaking back and forth. But because of the ride around Australia, I had time to reflect. I had time to mature and reconnected. And now he's off doing marathons and all sorts.
Oh, crazy.
Like it's been like it's been like my own therapy of like my own growth.
Yeah.
And I just love I love doing something that's different to the norm.
Yeah.
I'm a black male that was brought up in a very white area of the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout my life, I've been trying to fit in and trying to be accepted, and but then I came to the realization that I'm different. I'm unique. We're all unique. We're all our own people, and this endurance and being able to like make my own events has been my thing. It separated me from other people. Like, yes, I have like the deepest respect for a marathon or an ultra race or something like that, but there's plans out there where I can go and do a marathon plan. It's been done for however many years.
Yeah.
But I feel like with this endurance stuff, there's no kind of like handbook how to do it. It's just like you personally need to try and figure out.
Yeah.
And that's why I love these kind of multi-day endurance events, because I'm kind of just trying to work it out as I go along, problem solve, trying to work out my own training. Like I do like to train behind the scenes when nobody's watching and then come out and do these events. it's like my own unique thing, and I'm just leaning into being like my own self. Like, if you come to my page, like I'm just a bit of like, I love my rock, I love my dance music, I love my vintage stuff, I love streetwear fashion, but I
Yeah,
also like the whole finance and investing stuff. Like
it all comes
it
together
all
in a
comes
way.
together, and that's me. And I'm not trying to
Yeah,
be anyone else. And that for once, it's taken a long time, but for like once in my life, I'm actually at peace with just being
mm.
Jermaine Jones. Like
Yeah.
this is who I am. Like it's and that's why I'm ready to have a child, because I'm like, I'm not trying to be
That's the
anything.
important part of it. Yeah, you gotta be comfortable in your own skin
Yeah,
because that's gonna shine on
yeah,
your offspring as well. If you're not.
yeah. No, like I'm finally the person that I want to be, and I understand who I am, and now I'm able to like have a family.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I feel like there's definitely a commonality, or at least it's been like that in my experience as well, where doing any sort of endurance
Yeah,
sport or challenge, like you're on a crazy level, but just running a marathon as well, or going for long distance running or cycling or whatnot, it's it helps you deal with your battles
yeah,
better,
yeah,
and it's definitely a way of counseling. I find it very therapeutic.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I just love the fact that people in general are just out being active more. Like it's
there's health benefit to it as well, absolutely,
oh
but
this
mentally as well, it's
yeah,
so
but it's not just the. I mean, everyone. For me, for instance, yes, I do these challenges, but for me, it's more the training that I enjoy. So I love being like accountable for the 3 or 6 or 7 months or 12 months
training
even
blocks. Yeah,
leading up to
up to
this. Like it infects the whole life. It's like my sleep routine, what I eat, what I put into my body, the training runs where I run solo or run with other people, the conversations I have. Like it leaks into the whole life.
becomes a lifestyle per
Yeah,
se. Yeah,
it's I love that with the whole like people getting into the half marathons and marathons and stuff like that. They I see people flying off to like countries together
different.
as
Yeah,
groups, to go and do a marathon.
yeah,
It's
big running culture.
yeah, it's beautiful to see that as well. I know there's a lot of stuff online where it's like, oh, running, it's not that deep, bro. But it's just beautiful just to see people enjoying
Yeah,
life in a different way. To whereas like years ago, it was more like life was around drugs and alcohol. Like I was watching people at these parties that I was playing at, and that's what they were like. That's what they
yeah.
were doing. It was really based around
Culture has changed.
yeah, it's beautiful to see how the culture has changed to a more positive attitude around things.
Yeah.
Now marathons are selling out like
Ah, it's
festivals.
crazy. Like you see 50 to 60,000 people running, like
Yeah,
it's unheard of,
I
right?
know.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
So it's 1% of Sydney population. Like it's mind blowing.
yeah, yeah,
I definitely think there's like a moving your body really helps you with
definitely.
your mind
Yeah,
in any shape or form. And movement is so primal to us, but I feel like with technology again, it's brought us so many conveniences that we don't need to move as much involuntarily.
yeah,
So now we have to almost do these hard things and invite them into our life
yeah,
voluntarily.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. We're chasing that now. Everyone's chasing that thing that we always did. I mean, we didn't have the comfort of like vehicles and bikes and stuff like that. We were traveling for food and water and stuff like that.
yeah,
We are endurance. We've kind of come to the top of the food chain because of our endurance of being able to travel over
yeah,
distance. So now we chase that
voluntarily.
voluntary
Yeah,
discomfort of like being able to like just feel that again,
yeah.
because it's such a natural thing.
Because this is the only way to build resilience, right? Back in the day, I wasn't just about getting food or walking from one place to another. It's like those just uncomfortable feelings and
Yeah,
pushing through with them was slowly building resilience in the background. And when the day comes when something challenging occurs in your life, which is inevitable, like you're gonna have hard
yeah,
challenges. You're
yeah,
gonna be a father. You're gonna have kids. Somebody's maybe gonna pass away.
yeah,
you have to be able to deal with those things. And if you haven't put in the work and
Yeah.
build that resilience, like it's going to shake your foundation.
Yeah.
And we don't really naturally get opportunities to sharpen that knife.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's so important to do that voluntarily and willingly, which is even harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, pushing that message across of just moving your body, I think it's a great first step to, start to
Yeah.
build that resilience.
See, as you're saying that, like, I've never thought of it in this way, but we choose, or I'm choosing for this kind of pain and suffering to to learn more. But through my 30 odd years of existence, I've had this happen throughout my life where I haven't chosen it,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
Just comes and
it's just come. Yeah,
yeah.
things have happened in my life where I've felt that deep pain, and I feel like maybe now, like, I've built up that resilience, and I'm like, I'm still here. That maybe I can, like, do something good with it. Like, I don't wish it on anyone. Like, I've shared some of my stories of things that have happened throughout my life, but it's just, yeah, maybe all those things that have happened, I don't know, maybe for a reason
For
that
a reason to,
yeah, I can do something with it. Yeah, it's tough because even as I sit here, I know that, like, I still don't have always good days.
Yeah.
I still do, like, suffer every now and then, but, like, it's just, yeah, trying to find. Yeah.
How I say, like, it's, you don't know what's gonna come to you, but slowly you do build up the faith to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what these things
yeah,
do,
yeah.
right?
Like, yeah, with the endurance stuff, like, I know, especially with that, like, on the other side of going through those days, like, on the other side, there's this peace, there's this, like,
Yeah.
achievement that I know that I've accomplished something.
Yeah.
And I've had that with the depression as well. I've had, like, I've had days or low months of, like, I just feel like, the world's caving in on me, and I've
Yeah.
managed to get through it, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, I've managed to get through this, and I feel, like, alive again.
Yeah.
But I've been asked many times, like, what do I do to overcome that thing? But there's no real one thing. I think
Yeah.
everyone has their own way of dealing with it. Some are counselling, some are out,
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
sport. It's, yeah,
I think what's certain is that no matter how dark it gets, there's definitely, I know it sounds cliche, but there's definitely light on the other side of the
yeah,
tunnel.
yeah,
And you don't know how you're going to navigate through this hard tunnel or
yeah,
journey,
yeah,
but it's not forever.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not forever.
yeah,
And I feel like you have to, people can't help you, or the environment, society can't help you if you don't want to help yourself.
yeah, stuff.
It has to, at some point, like, come from within a little bit.
Yeah,
And then once you start to walk that path, even just take the first step. You don't know where you're going, but
yeah,
if you take the first step, you'll realize there's more people who want to sort of
yeah,
help you, like with that friend as well, right?
yeah,
You sent him a
yeah, yeah,
message. So it's almost like people want to help you, like you have to gather the courage
yeah, yeah,
to, which
yeah,
is really hard. I totally understand.
yeah. It's tough. It's
But
tough.
it's that's where it starts, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what about yourself? I mean, I know you're asking me questions, but, like, with your own mental health, have you felt like you've had struggles telling people and your friends and stuff like that around?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the society that I grew up in, it's not talking about openly. Masculinity is all
Yeah,
about being tough and straight and not being emotional. Just yeah, you're just a tough man, and
yeah,
emotions and men don't really
yeah,
go
yeah,
together. And it's really hard growing up in the society wherein you're feeling these things,
yeah,
and emotions are coming out and you really want to express them, but there is no outlet for us. So it just keeps getting suppressed within you, and it just comes out in different ways.
Do you think that's culture, like where you're from in the world, or do you think it's just, like, age, or, like, what, like, not accepting? Because, like, for me in the UK, UK men are like, we don't talk about emotions. It's like very like tough
Yeah.
because of the weather and environment and stuff like that. It's like UK is just like
Yeah.
we don't talk about emotions. I think that's changed now, but definitely when I was growing up, it was very like you're a man's man. Um, so I was curious. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a big cultural thing back where I came from as well. I was born in Pakistan, so within that subcontinent region, India, Pakistan, Nepal, like it's similar to the UK
yeah,
where like men don't really
traditional.
talk about emotions. I think it's similar to like globally,
Yeah,
but different societies sort of deal with it differently.
yeah,
But definitely in the modern world, first world countries, um, it's being more and more vocal. Like back in the day, mental health wasn't even like a
a thing.
real tangible thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's like your thoughts are only in your head, that kind of thing. But now, obviously, science has proven how much it affects your physiology
yeah,
and everything around it. So um, going through that period, like that's how I sort of fell into endurance sport as well,
yeah,
wherein doing these things really helped me reflect on my own emotions and have someone to talk to with myself,
yeah, yeah,
which I didn't really have, and the podcast as well helped open a lot of doors, wherein
yeah,
it opened and invited that dialogue to be able to talk about these things. Times have definitely changed
yeah,
now, but yeah, I feel like you have to take the first step. You don't have to know what the entire journey is going to look like, but if you just take the courage to just take first step, you will find different ways, different people wanting to help you and
yeah.
push that narrative.
I mean, I think deep down, although going through the struggles and wanting to take my life and stuff, there's this deep burning bit inside of me that feels like there's just something more.
Yeah,
Like I deserve something more. There's something there. There's something gonna happen. There's something that's gonna like lift me. So that kind of kept me going in the
so that
background.
belief was always,
Yeah, the belief was there deep down,
yeah,
even at the lowest. But like that, just if I hold on, if I just go to sleep tonight, wake up tomorrow, it might be a bit different. I did have quite a few times where it was like back to back to back days of just like getting up, and I'm like, oh, this is. I still feel the same way, and then bang, there's a clicking point. But there's never like one thing that kind of gets me over the line. I'm always honest when people when talking about mental health, like there is no like one thing that can help somebody
yeah,
when you're uh, probably anyone who's watching or listening to this, like, and you're going through it, like I understand like how isolated you feel. Like nobody understands what you're going through. That's what it feels like.
yeah,
Nobody understands what
yeah,
you're going through. But I have learned to know like there is information out there. There is people that you can follow. There is like classes that you can attend. There is like social groups that you can attend. There's activities where you can go out and run and
meet people,
meet people
yeah,
and do stuff. Like you just need to just hold on long enough just to kind of like just keep that resilience going to the point where you kind of click and then you can get through it and then you can
yeah,
be able
absolutely.
to talk about it more and stuff. So
What would you say? Like you mentioned, you still have good and bad days, and I want to highlight that. Like obviously, in social media, it's all
yeah, it's all pretty.
perfect.
Yeah,
Everyone's living perfect lives, right? So it's so important to uh, show both sides of the coin, so
yeah,
people can actually see like what real life is. It's not
yeah,
all rainbows and butterflies always, right? And it's also important, like those days. That's what shapes you to be the person that you are. Then you can show up for yourself and
yeah.
others around you. So when you do have those bad days today, when you've been through all of this journey, what are some of the tools or things that you do on just very small mini skill level that everybody can apply and do in their life to just make themselves feel a little bit better
Yeah.
and yeah.
Um, I write I write a lot now.
Okay,
Whether that's just like on a piece of paper or notes. I'm
so
not
you're
like
just writing what you're feeling or
yeah,
yeah,
just like what I'm feeling and
yeah,
what I'm going through.
hmm,
I'm not like journaling or anything, but I do kind of try to get thoughts out of my head.
yeah,
Um,
that's journaling.
yeah. I try to get like
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
I guess it is
just putting
journaling.
your thoughts out
Yeah,
there
I don't.
and
I say when it's not journaling because I'm not going like deep into like writing a full, but yeah, I do try to get some of the thoughts out of
Yeah,
the head.
yeah.
I do write a lot of lists, especially at work as well. Like I need to,
To-do list or
yeah, just get
okay.
things out of there, because like
Yeah,
one of the biggest problems I have is just there's just a million things going on,
yeah.
and I always feel like, am I doing enough? I feel like a lot of men might feel like that as well. I'm always feeling like, am I doing enough?
I think ambitious people
Yeah, maybe.
face, yeah, face that.
Um, but that also plays into like the whole mental health thing as well, where
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and social media as well. Like, am I actually like, I'm like, oh, am I comparing myself to other people? Shouldn't be doing that. Am I on the right path? Am I behind? Am I in front? Like, where am I at the
Yeah.
minute as a man? And then yeah, when I'm having those deep days where I'm like those dark days where I'm thinking to myself like am I enough? Because that's sometimes what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, am I actually the person that I want to be? Am I making my family proud? Am I and I do still have that, not as much as I used to, because
Yeah.
growing up, there was definitely points where I just hated myself, which is, looking back now, I'm like, why did I hate myself? I was actually doing okay, but there's a lot of times where I absolutely hated myself. And I have small glimpses of that now where I'm like, oh, thinking, am I really doing what I should be doing? Am I having an impact on the earth? Am I having an impact on people? Like I want so much out of life, and I want to do as much good as possible, but it's just, yeah. I don't know if I'm just being unrealistic
Yeah.
with things as well. I'm just trying to be too ambitious of, yeah.
So journaling, you would say, is
Journaling definitely, yeah, definitely helps.
movement is a big part of your life.
Yeah,
Obviously,
and
so
just
that helps.
talking as
Yeah,
well. Like
yeah.
I'm openly like talking more about
And the
mental
more
health.
you talk, the better, more comfortable it gets, right?
Definitely,
Comes
yeah,
naturally as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you okay with you not being able to achieve the things that you want to? Like, I want to understand how much of that identity has been detached from achieving things and acquiring things or reaching your goals. Even if you don't, would you still feel enough?
That's
Does that make sense?
yeah, that's tough.
Because maybe things, when what happens when things don't go your way or
Yeah,
you don't achieve them.
I feel like I'm gonna be 100% transparent. Like I feel on the outside, I can give the perception that I'm content with um, having a certain lifestyle of like for my family and stuff like that. But I feel like deep down, I'm just I can't. I can't help myself. Like I do. I'm. It's hard to like stop this ambitious like feeling in me. Like and I feel like just because of potentially the upbringing as well. Like I'm from small town in the UK originally. My parents immigrated from Jamaica to the UK when they were like 14 and
Yeah.
16 years old. Me and my brother, for early part of our life, didn't have much growing up. Parents made some money, but we didn't really have that much growing up. And we were living in an area, obviously, so I said, with white people who were very different to us,
Yeah.
So I was always like comparing myself to others and like wanting more. And I feel like just because of that upbringing, I've always been like hungry now, and maybe that's kind of like made me like really, really want to push and try and want them at breast like as much as possible.
Yeah.
I'm not talking as in like materialistic, like, oh, I want to have like millions of
Yeah.
dollars
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but just I've never been like truly content of like with what like really happy with what I've got, and I'm hoping I can see this path with like the family thing as well. It's humbling me more, and
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I'm just, it's ebbs and flows. Like one day I'm like, I'm just happy just to be here and
Yeah.
just feel like the sun in the air, and I don't need anything. But then some days I'm like, I'm hungry. I wanna work harder. I wanna like try and climb the ladder. Or wanna um, build a beautiful house for my family or something like that. You know, it's just it's hit and miss each day.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah. No, I definitely agree. That's like a lifelong journey of detaching your external from your worth
Yeah,
internally. Because as long as that is like attached, you're gonna face hardships,
yeah,
problems in your external environment, um, and then obviously your internal takes a hit as well and
yeah,
goes for a ride. And it's really really hard to do because we live in a materialistic world where we're engaging with society, people, their energies, and so on and so forth. So it's really hard to really detach your self-worth from what your circumstances are or
yeah,
who you are. And in theory, it's the people talk about it, and it sounds easy, but it's like so difficult to put them separately.
yeah,
And even if things don't go your way, or circumstances don't align the way that you want them to, um, you are still able to hold that
yeah,
space
yeah,
for yourself.
yeah. Like me and my girlfriend, we've been together like a long time, and we're actively trying to like just not compare ourselves to other. Like we are
Yeah,
on our own path.
yeah.
Um,
Like they say, comparison is the thief of joy. So
yeah, so
so
that's what I
true.
mean. Like in the back of my head, sometimes yes, like it ebbs and flows. You know, I'm thinking with son on the way. You know, what type of school should we go in, public,
Yeah,
private, this type of like, and I'm thinking, oh, this person's doing this, and there's a bit of comparison there, but we also pull back to each other. Me and my girlfriend, we're like pull back, and we're like, right, we are on our own path. We cannot compare ourselves to other people. Like, this is what we're doing with our family,
yeah.
and yeah, just try to like pull everything back in because there is a lot on social media. There's a lot out there where you can kind of get easily distracted and think like
Yeah,
you're behind. So
absolutely. It's so like important to be aware of your own context
yeah,
in life as well.
yeah.
Um,
That's why I want to be honest. Like the mental health with that, every day is different.
yeah,
I can have a week where I'm like, this is our path, but then the next week or next day I can be like comparing myself to other people. So it's not every day is the same.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
links back to that whole mental health thing as well, where like it can be ebbs and flows with that.
yeah, absolutely. You just gotta find the right amount of. I feel like you just need to curate
Yeah,
your life
yeah, yeah,
in a way that holds it. Do you feel
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
your lifestyle and everything that you've
yeah,
created holds you
yeah, definitely,
together?
yeah. But
Yeah,
I tell you what, like touch wood, this is the longest period of time where I've not had any like mental health struggles, and that's definitely since that whole turning point,
yeah,
2019, 2000. I've had like a really sustained time where I'm like I feel like happy,
yeah,
which is beautiful to see, and it just feels like coming on something like this and being able to talk as
yeah.
well. Like it feel like I do feel grateful for the opportunity to actually talk more about mental health on the platform as well.
I'm grateful too. It's just like it's the more people, us. This one conversation will invite many others to sort of, even if it invites one more person to
Yeah,
talk about it, that's progress and success,
yeah,
right? So, um, it starts with a conversation. It's not the solution,
yeah,
but at least you're starting to dig up
yeah,
the solution
yeah,
through those conversations. So, um, it sounds really hard to do, but that's where it all starts. Like I said,
yeah,
like it's so easy to give help, but asking for it feels
yeah, yeah,
like humanly impossible. Like people would go run a marathon but
yeah,
ask for help, um, which is just insane.
yeah.
Um, what aspect of your life do you think, is it your routine, waking up early, running, having friends and community and people around you, um, that brings you most amount of like peace and
Oh,
groundedness in this essence?
peace. Okay.
Because that's the goal, right? Overcoming.
Yeah, yeah. Going back to the whole training thing. That's where I find like
Discipline.
discipline and,
Yeah,
and, and peace, the consistency. Like I would say, my strength from athletes that I look at is I'm able just to be as consistent as possible. Um, so I find peace in like getting up before work and being out at 4:30 in the morning,
Yeah,
5 a.m.
I
and
saw the hill runs.
yeah, and the roads are just quiet.
Yeah,
There's no one around, and I've kind of got like an hour and a half training where it's just like I'm at peace. I don't hear anything. I'm just I can just all I can hear is my own breath, my own heartbeat,
yeah,
and it's just like I'm at peace and just enjoying
yeah,
that moment before the life gets crazy. You've got to go to work and stuff like that. It's just like I get that time to myself where I get to enjoy it, and yeah, with a family on the way, I don't really get much time.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's gotta be the mornings.
Yeah, but yeah, just that piece, and but then it's another one. Like I do train a lot on my own,
Yeah,
but with the 34 marathons last year, yourself as well, and I just had people come and join me for like 30 minutes, an hour and a
such
half,
good
and I had these
conversations, right?
conversations, and I was like, really like, this is another form of peace as well, being able to
Yeah,
have like these conversations where like,
therapeutic.
yeah, like
Yeah, absolutely.
people come and talking to me about like if we were sitting down for coffee, I know they wouldn't share these stories, but like during the run, I'm like, oh, it just,
They feel like they can talk to you, right?
yeah,
Because
like,
you've opened up and they relate to
yeah,
you,
and
and
then like just talking to me about anything, and it's like that also at peace as well. So
yeah,
I don't run with people that often, but like, yeah, for those events where people are like joining and getting, yeah, it's just there's a piece there, and then I say about the positives and the negatives of social media, but the positive of social media is connecting with people as well. I find great peace on like people reaching out to me saying, I've got a guy reached out to me recently saying he's doing 10Ks a day for 30 days.
mm,
I think for mental health as well
yeah,
because of what I did, and I'm like, man, that's like it's infectious that
yeah.
somebody's gone
The
out and done that.
energy has a ripple effect,
Yeah, so there's
and he's
different.
gonna inspire someone else to do it.
Yeah,
Like
so
that's
there's
the
all
beauty.
these different forms of like I guess I don't know if peace is the right word, but like it feels like, oh man, it's just a beautiful thing that's happening, and people are actually like, yeah, on their own
Taking
path
notice,
of
yeah,
talking about
and
mental health.
it's bringing real change, bringing
Yeah,
real change.
yeah,
That's the impact, right?
yeah, yeah. And there's no sponsors, there's nothing financially you can do for
Yeah,
that. It's just like
yeah,
it's just real. It's just
yeah,
it's yeah, I love
absolutely.
it.
People might think, I mean, you're a crazy runner, cyclist, endurance athlete. People might think it never gets hard.
Ah,
Tell me, does it get hard? Is there ever noise in your head? And like, how often and how do you deal with that? For me personally, like I don't run as much as you, but I run quite a bit and pretty much like 5 to 6 times a week. Rarely do I not have noise. So I just want to understand how is it like for you?
um, yeah, there's definitely noise, and it's definitely difficult. But the big thing for me, I trust the training. I trust the consistency I've had on the lead up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know the impact that it will have on me personally when I finish in my life moving forward. I mean, the ride around Australia was back in
Two? Was it?
2022,
Yeah,
2023.
yeah.
And I have hard times at work, and I still think about that ride,
Hmm.
and that, oh, this is nothing to me. Like,
That
to me,
becomes your anchor to
yeah, I'm
overcome
like,
that
yeah, I can
hardship.
overcome, or something, I can get over that,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I definitely still have the noises in my head. Um, but I know that like the challenges, for instance, are bigger than me. Like,
Hmm.
um,
So that's what's pushing you forward when like you're hitting a block 30 days into running a marathon every single day, and then at some point it must get like really, really difficult.
yeah, it does. It gets to the point where like I don't want to do this anymore. Why am I doing this to my body? Why am I pushing myself like this every day? Like, is it really worth it? And that's when, especially with the endurance stuff, you need to have a reason why.
Strong
It
why,
needs to
yeah.
be a reason why, because after like at the end of the day, that's all you've got.
Mm-hmm.
On my phone, I've got a screensaver of a girl called Danielle Robinson. I openly talk about Danielle. Um,
Who's she?
she was so she used to live two doors down from me when I was living at my parents' house.
Indeed.
Childhood friend growing up.
Mm-hmm.
She was a year younger than me, and my life went one way. I was, going through school, uni, TAFE, all that type of stuff, going through my career, DJing. I was working as an electrician and working as a plumber, and I was traveling and doing all this beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Her life, childhood friend, but went a completely different way. She battled leukemia 3 times. She went to school, then got pulled out of school because she was doing chemotherapy, then went back into school, and then got pulled out of school permanently.
You saw all of that one.
See all this stuff growing up, losing the hair, growing the hair, but like she used to have like just amazing long hair when she was a kid, and she lost the hair, and going to the hospital, visiting her with my mum, and all this stuff, and then she lost her battle 5-6 years ago, and one of the things when I'm out there, I think about her. I think about like what she was doing when she was alive. She was raising money for charity. She was putting kids who were younger than her and talking about her experience through going through chemotherapy and stuff like that. And she was always smiling and doing this amazing stuff. Yet she was dealt these horrible cards.
Yeah.
And for me, when I'm out there doing stuff like that, I can look down, I can think about her, and just like know that for the rest of my life, I'm going to keep doing, probably not this extreme, but I will keep doing some form of challenge or raising money for a charity forever. Like that's just a part of me, like, because I've seen what she went through. I know that there's always people that are like struggling. She's one of the people like that has inspired me. So yeah.
That's beautiful, man. So it's true what they say, like a man or woman who has a strong why can bear anyhow.
You need the why, yeah. So like, yeah, when there's darkest days and I'm like with a depression, or I'm out on the road and I'm going through that pain cave of thinking like, why am I doing this? That's my reason why. Yeah, that's
It's got to be bigger than you as well.
Yeah, there's multiple reasons why. I'd say that's one thing I use. I'm able to change, like, take these bad things and use them as fuel as well. My reasons why, multiple things that have happened. Like, I've got friends who didn't make it out of their 20s, and I'm here. I'm here in my 30s. Like, they didn't make it that far, and I had amazing times with them, and they didn't get to like continue their life and stuff. And it's just like, I know that tomorrow might not be there, so like I'm just gonna try and enjoy today as much as I can. And if that enjoyment is coming from running a marathon that day, then yeah, I get to like enjoy that day doing something that I love, and hopefully my girlfriend and my family and people online and just my community and stuff like that are inspired. And if I don't live to see tomorrow, I'm remembered for just giving stuff a go.
But that's also it also like impacts people around you, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big part of it as well, because like it creates the sense of community that we're starting to lose in this individualistic environment that we were not biologically primed for. It's so important to create that, because then that creates a sense of belongingness, and if you feel like you belong, then you have more reasons to avoid that dark side and negative path. What's your next challenge? Because you were just talking about
So next challenge, I'm running from Sydney Opera House to Canberra and back.
Opera House to Canberra, so Sydney to Canberra and back.
Sydney to Canberra and back. Yeah, about 670 kilometers.
Maniac.
Yeah,
crazy.
Over 7,000 meters of elevation as well. So it's gonna be
wow.
It's gonna be my toughest yet.
Yeah.
I'm definitely scared of this one, but for me, that's what exciting about it as well.
That's the fun of it as well.
Just doing something that's like super difficult and giving it everything a go, doing something that like, maybe I can't achieve. And it's really trying to like give it a nudge and just enjoy the process as well.
Yeah, so it's just overcoming that feeling of doubt.
Yeah.
Is what brings you more and more self-belief and faith in your ability to handle hardships and
But that's on like what I'm doing is on the extreme scale.
Yeah.
But that can be on the start line of a 10K.
Absolutely.
Or 5K.
Yeah. It just, those battles that climb looks differently for different
Yeah,
people. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I started off like that, and obviously it's grown and grown. But like, yeah, it's
It could be a five, like you mentioned, 100%. Yeah,
yeah,
somebody doing a 5K could be more of covering that ground of doubt than somebody doing a marathon,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So again, that just goes back to comparing to your own context and your own self. If
yeah,
you're just looking around you, then it's everyone's running a marathon. You never want to run a 5K,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. So that's important to draw that distinction and be aware of your context as well.
Yeah.
Um,
It's one of the other negatives of social media at the minute. Everyone thinks that a marathon is just normal as well.
it's
A marathon
crazy,
is
right?
normal, and then everyone's like, "Oh, it needs to be a
What a time do we
sub
live?
3 hour marathon and
Yeah,
stuff like that." But honestly, just getting out and just enjoying it
yeah,
is like that's tough anyway,
yeah.
and
It's the
just
process.
but
Yeah,
it's the process of going and training
yeah,
it and going out and enjoying it and giving
absolutely.
everything you got. This whole perception of like, yeah, like a marathon is just normal now. I'll go and do this. I'll go and do 30K on the weekend is like yeah. It's social media is only showing
Yeah,
a very
one side of
small
it for
percentage of
sure.
people. So
Humans are crazy. They are, I would say, like just running culture as well. People are running crazier and crazier and
yeah,
crazier miles and doing these crazy, crazy challenges, which is becoming more and more common.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but again, it's you don't have to compare yourself
yeah,
to that. It may seem easy, or that's how they portray it to be.
yeah, yeah,
But it's never easy. It's
yeah.
never easy. They
I mean,
put
I've
in the
had some
work.
people who, again, the page is just over a year. I've had some people who have been negative with me as well, in the not comments, but more like messages and stuff like that behind closed doors, saying, "Oh, this person is just doing it for
Cloud.
clout and stuff
Yeah.
like that." My first event was back in 2011. No, sorry, 2012. I think 2012.
Right, that early on. Like I think
Yeah,
you cycled from
cycled from
Adam.
second from Edinburgh to London.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
How long was that? So 500, 600
six
kilometers?
hundred 600 miles. I can't
600
remember what
miles,
that
so
was.
close
Yeah,
to 1,000 kilometers.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my first event, and I did
Wow.
that because of a friend that I lost. This guy called James Ashworth,
Hmm.
one of my best friends. He was sadly killed in Afghanistan in a war that he shouldn't have been in.
And it was in the army.
He was in the army, yeah, in Afghanistan, and that was in memory of him, and did that with his family and stuff like that. And that was my first endurance event. No social media, nothing like that. It was just going out and
Mm-hmm.
just trying to raise money for charity at the time. And yeah, I've had a lot of those things happen in life, which has obviously steered
Yeah.
me more towards
Yeah.
it. But it's only now that I've kind of like,
Then you're doing still similar stuff in a bigger scale, in a
yeah,
better
just
way, and
deeper, and obviously, yeah, showing it more now
more
because it's,
intentional. Yeah.
yeah. But I've been on this path for a long time. My
For
reasons
sure.
why have been different throughout the years, but
Yeah.
there's I
No.
also find enjoyment in doing it as well. So
Yeah.
the
That's
personal
beautiful
challenge.
to see, man. You're doing it for Black Dog Institute. Do you want to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about them a little bit?
yeah.
What they're doing in this sort of frame to help people?
Yeah, so originally last time I was working on last year I was working on their future proofing program, which is raising money to basically do more research into young adults around mental health, of what we can do to essentially educate their families, them as well, like giving them the
Right.
tools to
Yeah.
navigate through
In
life.
the household.
The household, yeah, and what they
Yeah.
can do, and also like just basically doing more kind of school programs and stuff like that as well.
Solving it sort of at the grassroots level.
Yeah, rather than like being like reactive.
Yeah, proactive
being
approach.
proactive.
Yeah, I love that.
So that kind of process is going to continue. And I'm trying to raise $100,000 for them this year. Hopefully going towards that program, but also to more things as well.
That's beautiful. Like it's just evidence of the impact that you're creating, not just through your content, through community, but actual raising funds that goes to fund the research that brings about change as well. So big shout out to Black Dog Institute as well. Thank you so much, brother. It's been an absolute pleasure. I can't wait to see all the great things that you're gonna do. I know you've been through a lot with there's just so much that has happened throughout your life, but it's so incredible to see how you've used that and turned it into something really positive, and it's shaped you to be the person that you are today, that can be that source of light for many others who've maybe on the similar path that you were in. So I'm genuinely grateful for your energy and the time and everything that you put out to forward this message, not just through social media, but
day to day.
yeah,
Appreciate
as
it, man.
well.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, brother. It's
Thank
been a
you so
pleasure.
much. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining us. We will see you in the next one. Ciao.
Hi guys, it's Parmeet. I just wanted to touch on this quickly. Over 80% of you guys listening are not subscribed to the show. The more subscribers we have, the easier it becomes for us to share this message with as many people as possible. You never know whose life it can change. So please hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.